Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another episode of Gentleman Masterclass. I am your host, Mr. Marc.antomattei. Before we go ahead and get started, let's pour out one for our friend here, and let's have a moment of silence after. I would like to thank you, sir, for providing me with the courage to step forth and to be myself and no one else, and for showing us the truth. So here's to you, sir. Thank you very much. Wow. So I just can't believe he's gone. I don't know how long this episode is going to be. Just until I get done talking, I suppose. But, I've been away from this channel for quite some time, just for personal reasons. Nothing major. I was on vacation for about a week. And the week that I wasn't on vacation, even prior to that, just working hard, making money, doing what I do, just being successful and all. And I've been away from making videos for this channel for quite some time. And as many of you know, and for those that are visiting here that don't know me at all, I'm an African-American expat that has been residing inside of Tokyo, Japan for the past 19 years. I'm still here. And so obviously my time zone is a little bit different from you guys elsewhere in the world, especially my American brethren. So it's still morning time here. And when I woke up this morning, and I opened up my Facebook, and the first thing I saw was something about the passing of a legend, I was completely in disbelief. So, you can't believe everything you see on Facebook. So then you go check elsewhere on the internet. And everybody else everywhere else was saying it, and I just couldn't believe it. And I'm still kind of in disbelief now. Like, what do you say to something like that? This is a guy that's, excuse me, this is a guy that stepped forth within the past year to 2 years and shown his true self. I mean, he started off his channel exactly how I started off my channel. In case you guys don't know, this is a men's lifestyle channel that you are on. But as of late, the channel now is not what it once was. And it seems like the viewership has taken a hit. I'm talking about real stuff, about fashion, about fragrances, about hygiene, shoes, watches, all kinds of stuff, just miscellaneous stuff inside the sphere of men's lifestyle. But, once people get their information for whatever it is that they want to know, how to shave with a straight razor or something, they get the information and they leave. But there's nothing really to retain the people to stay on this channel. So my viewership has been taking a hit. It's nothing that I take personal. I do this for fun, for leisure anyways. I'm not trying to make a living off of YouTube. If it turned out that was the way it was going to be, then I would take it up as a job and do that. But since it hasn't taken off, I'm just going to continue to do what I do at my real job and the other things that I do in life, and just continue to be successful at that. So I do this for fun. Even with low viewership, I don't take it personal. I just make videos for whoever it is that's going to watch, whether it be 50 people, 100 people, or one person or 1,000 people. It doesn't matter. So I'm making videos for you guys, but Kevin Samuels started out making video content exactly like how I have on this channel, but it was not enough for him. He wanted to step his game up, and he decided to come out and just be himself. And he decided that he wanted to start talking about real things that nobody else has the courage to talk about, even me. And once I saw that, and I saw his channel take shape, I was with him from when he was like 200,000 subscribers all the way up to where he is now, like 1.5 million subscribers. So I was with him for a very long time. And to see his channel take shape and to see him become the success that he is, I was rooting for him as well as most other real men out there. I want to say real men because there's a lot of simps out there inside of the world that would say anything just to be inside of a woman's favor, even if it is not true. Kevin Samuels is a man that spoke on his convictions, and he spoke very bluntly. Whether you agreed with him or not was beyond the point. He spoke his piece on what he believed was truth, and he tried to teach other men about the dangers that await them out there. And he's unlocked so many minds. Don't get it twisted. Kevin Samuels is not a red pill man. So if you're one of these red pill guys that are out here on YouTube looking for how to bash women, he wasn't one of those guys. He was not red pill in the least bit, nor am I. But he just spoke very bluntly about relationships and what they can offer you in today's modern age. Whether it's going to benefit you or whether primarily you're going to be at risk for getting taken, and whether it's best for you just not to get involved in marriage and relationship in this day and age. So he was just warning us about the dangers that are out there. So I thank him for that. I salute you, sir. I still can't believe that this is true. So I'm just jumping all over the place here. When I woke up, and I looked at this news, like I just could not believe it. And I mean, what do you say to something like that? The guy was only 56 years of age. I have it set and implanted inside of my mind that, like my grandfather and like my grandmother, I'm going to reach a great old age. My grandmother was, I can't remember, 95 or 96 when she passed, and my grandfather was 102, and he passed away on Veterans Day as a World War I veteran, mind you, in 1992. And I have it fixated inside of my mind. I want to live my life as long as they have, and I want to be here as long as they have. So, I keep looking at my life like it's 100 years set. If nothing goes wrong, like I step out into the street and get hit by a bus or anything like that. But 56 is not that old. We should still have more life ahead of us. But as black men, we got to be real with ourselves. We are at risk more than our white brethren of dying of things like hypertension, cardiac arrest, heart attacks, and things like that. It's still unconfirmed how he may have passed away, Kevin Samuels, but the word is floating around, the rumor is floating around out there that it was from cardiac arrest. And you guys seen the show as much as I have. Every single show you tune in, he's down in about 2 Red Bulls per show to make it through, and he's staying up late night at his age doing what it is that he does. We can't do that anymore. And the other thing, we all know that he was a Bible Belt type of person. He was from Oklahoma, and yeah, he was Southern, I guess you could say. And with that, as a Southern black man, you can only assume, this is only an assumption now, that he likes Southern black food. He partakes in eating pork and all that stuff, and a person like him, a person like that is going to be at risk. With me being in Tokyo, Japan for 19 years, I eat pretty healthy as a black man. I don't eat like Southern black men. As you can see, I'm a very thin man, and I exercise often. I do bicycle trips in which I, commute about 3,000 miles a year on bicycle. So, I'm really getting around and I'm getting my exercise in. And I eat healthy. I don't consume a lot of pork. What really makes me feel guilty about this, so when I was on that trip last week on my vacation, I was out inside the countryside, up inside the Japanese Alps. And there was this restaurant out there inside of this log cabin. And they had all this great food on the menu, and they had spare ribs on there. And I looked at it, and it looked so good. And I said to myself, I haven't had spare ribs in about 10 years, if not more. Let me go ahead and order this. I ordered it. I ate it. It was delicious. And just waking up to this news today and hearing that it could have potentially been cardiac arrest that took out our man, it even makes me feel guilty just even about that one time consuming it. Like, I don't even consume pork like that. As black men, we got to be cautious and we got to be vigilant about what we do with our lives if we want to live it to our full potential and to our full extent. And if we want to take care of ourselves and live our lives happily with no ailments and in good health until a great age. So we really got to take care of ourselves. So that's the message that I want everybody to take away from this video first and foremost. And just the second thing is, this is just purely a dedication to this man, because man, he really unlocked my mind about a lot of things. I didn't agree with him on 100% of everything that came out of his mouth, but for the most part, you can't refute the things that he was saying. A lot of women would try to refute what he was saying out of emotion, but not out of logic. And some of his points were just unarguable. So he was very good in what he had to say, and he delivered a lot of good messages. There's a lot of women that hate him. There's a few guys that hate him too. But then there's more than enough women that found value in his words, and there's extremely a lot of men out there that found value in his words. So he's helped a whole lot of us. And I think I'm going to title this video Kevin Samuels, the Martyr, something like that. I would like for us all, for all of his followers and the people that looked at his videos, I would like for us all to step up, and we all should be the next Kevin Samuels. He was running YouTube for about that year to a year and a half spell that he was in charge, and there was nobody else that was even coming close to producing the content or providing the value that he was in the black and the normal manosphere proper that he was. So he was just a good guy. But we all need to step up and be the next Kevin Samuels, because when I look at my channel, you know, I get on here and I look at the numbers and I'm looking at how many views I'm getting per video, and I'm thinking, Kevin Samuels is me. That guy, he's my brother. He's really my brother. And I'm looking at him. He looks like me. He sounds like me. He dresses like me. It goes even beyond that. But the guy is just like me. But the difference between him and me is that he wasn't afraid to step out of his shell and to go into the danger zone, no pun intended, to become himself, whether he was going to make a few enemies or many enemies. By doing that, he came out and became himself he may have lost some of his initial subscribers that didn't like the 180 turn that he did to go just from men's lifestyle to this adult conversationalist content, and it may have turned them off, and they may have unsubscribed. But you've seen that he gained millions, well, not millions, but he gained hundreds of thousands. He gained thousands of subscribers into over the 1 million in excess just from being the real him. And I keep wondering, when am I going to get out here and when am I going to do the same? I still don't have the courage to talk to people the way that how he spoke to them, very bluntly. I'm a very meek guy, and I'm very nice, even if I agree with his message 100%. And I want the other person that I'm talking to know that they're wrong, and I have something of teachability that I can teach them. I just can't deliver the message as frank as he did to his audience. I just don't have that courage inside of me to do that like him. So would I be able to step up to the plate and become the next version of him? I don't know. I just don't think that it's in me. But as much as I can, within my ability, I definitely want to step up and start being more real and start talking about more adult topics. Yeah, I just want to try my best, because wow, he just made me realize that life is short, and tomorrow's not promised. Just think about it, like there may be no tomorrow. So you got to do whatever it is that you want to do today. The best time to do something was yesterday, and the next best time to do something is today. So we gotta act on what we believe as soon as possible. So I'm putting out this video to let everybody know my intentions. I debated inside of my mind whether I wanted to talk about more real topics. I dabbled into it just a little bit to try to test the waters, but even inside of those videos, if you go back and look at some of my recent videos in which I talk about topics similar to his, I did not go the whole way, and I just did not go the whole way. So it still was not me coming out and being as real as I could be. But man, let me just say it one more time. I just cannot believe that he is gone, because I swear to you, just as early as 21 hours ago, just yesterday for me, it was yesterday for me, I woke up and I opened up my Facebook, and he was live on Facebook, and I participated in watching that live Facebook, and he even did a live show on YouTube yesterday. And you wake up today, the next day, and you don't think that this guy is going to be gone. He looks completely healthy. What more can I say? I'm just in complete shock. I think this is a good point to end this video, but I want to thank you, Kevin, for all that you've done for me and all the gentlemen out here, and who you gave a teachable moment to, and helped us in some way and brought value to our lives, including the women that you brought value to their lives, whether they know that they should be grateful or not. Here's to you, man. So thank you very much. Everybody, salute to you wherever you may be out inside the world. Make sure that you take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Let this be a learning lesson, and let's do it. Let's do it in 2022. Thank you guys very much.